Hey, what's up you guys? George here. Today I'm going to do a review of my ETRADE account. Yes, I plan to do a series out of all my portfolios and show you and put a screen record of all my portfolios. I have Robinhood, I have ETRADE, I have an investment account that you probably never heard of that I want to show. I have my Fidelity account. So I want to do a series of each one and kind of explain what the purpose is for each type of portfolio that I'm reviewing. So let's get started. I have screen record here and here's my ETRADE, and so it pops up directly into my portfolio. I was getting into it before so you could see it. It does require usually a thumbprint, but it goes straight into it here. Anyway, so you see here my net account value is $18,123.90. And of course that fluctuates. You don't see it fluctuating live like you do at Robinhood on my Robinhood account. It does, change every once in a while. So there you have it. My total gain is $2,466.38. And my day's gain is $321.83. So I'm doing good today so far. My cash so far is $97.39. The reason why my cash is so low is I typically put money in there. I've averaged around $150 a month in this specific portfolio in ETRADE because it's my mid to short to mid term portfolio. I don't invest that heavily compared to my long-term. My long-term investment account, which is mainly in Fidelity, and it's in mutual funds and S&P 500 index funds, is for my long-term, and there's tax sheltered there because it's my biggest chunk of my portfolio is in that. So I'm really putting money into that. But I am beefing this up in 2021. I plan to put about $350, maybe $400 a month into this account to beef it up somewhat. And so I want to quickly break down my reasons or my strategy in my different portfolios, because each one has really a purpose behind it. The Robinhood, which I did a video, and I'll put a link here so you can watch that. My Robinhood account is my more speculative trading account. I plan to hold those transactions for 6 months to a year, maybe 2 years tops, and it's my more riskiest account, and that currently has about 32,000. I originally had 15,000, I've grown it to 32,000, and so I'm just playing the stock trade game. I still focus on the company itself because if I had to hold it for long term, I can. And that's kind of the idea. I want to mitigate my risk by investing in companies that I could hold if I had to for a long period of time. I try not to take any losses at all. I've learned my lesson when I first started trading or starting investing in companies about 15 years ago when I first started, and it's just not for me. I do not like losing money. I do not gamble. I don't like gambling. And so for me, I couldn't tolerate that up and down swing. So my Robinhood account is probably my riskiest one, and I don't typically, I've shorted a couple things, meaning I've sold things within 3 months, but it's very rare that I do that. But that's my Robinhood account. My ETRADE account is typically focused on short to long term. So it's about 5 to 10 years that I plan to hold these investments, maybe longer if I have to. With all my stocks, if I had to, I will plan to keep them for 30, 40, 50 years forever, give them to my children or my children's children at some point if I had to, and that's how I think is very long term. But I do want to have a plan, right? So my ETRADE is for possibly 5 to 10 years to hold, maybe a little bit longer. And so as you can see, there's 4 stocks in there. 3 of them are my main investments. 2 are really the drivers. And so I'll just go down the list. You can see here you have Clovis. Clovis is an oncology company. They do research for cancer. in cancer treatments and tests. They do tests to keep that ball moving. It's a great company. I did some research. I was really interested in them finding some groundbreaking cancer treatments. I don't do a lot of pharmaceutical or research companies like that, but this one really caught my eye about a year ago, and it did really good the last part of 2019, and it really tanked in 2020. I think a lot of that was driven by the pandemic and a lot of investors really shifting towards pharmaceutical companies that were trying to, help create a vaccine. And also a lot of money went and flooded the online companies, as you saw in 2021. The NASDAQ really did well. And so a lot of industries like oil and energy and some commodities, and also of course the research and even some medical marijuana type stuff really didn't do so well because the attention went to the other industries during that time. I don't speculate too much. I try to do a lot of research, even if it's small amounts, but I did like this company, so I invested about $1,000. Again, you see the loss there, but I'm not shook because I plan to keep this for 5 to 10 years. I really do think this would be a potential 10x return in 5 to 10 years. If you look at the history of Clovis, it's a great business. I don't recommend any of these, so as an aside, I don't recommend any of these companies. I recommend that you do your own research and whatever you feel comfortable and confident in that you invest in. Think about investing in the entire company. If you had billions of dollars, would you buy the entire company? That's how my brain works, and I hope that's how you guys see investments too. Going on to the next one, LNG. So this one was a partnership. This one was very speculative. I didn't do a lot of research. I knew about LNG. This was a partner agreement type situation, and I just wanted to throw a little bit of money on it, and it didn't go well. They're gonna delist this one. The partnership that was dissolved, which made sense. A lot of energy companies are dissolving and getting rid of the limited master partnership, and it was all about taxes. It had to do with taxes, yada yada, boring stuff. But so I'm gonna lose that, and it still stings. That's why I don't. Again, that's why I very rarely. This is one of those times where I very rarely throw a little bit of money on something that I think is gonna blow up because of something that I read or what have you. It's very rare that I do that, but in this case I did, and so I learned my lesson. And once in a while I'll scratch that itch, and it's just a reminder that that's not what I do and that's not my strategy. So it hurts, even if it's 300, 400 bucks. I'm like, I don't like losing money, period. So I learned my lesson there. So that will be delisted. It still shows up on my list though, so I just wanted to cover it real quick. And of course, you see the next one is ONEOK. OKE is a ticker symbol. And I love this company. It's essentially a energy company, and they focus on natural gas liquid transportation and storage. So essentially, it's they grab they transport these products to their consumer, and they get a big fee for doing that, and storage as well. Like a storage company, right? You know about storage companies. This is the same type of thing. It's a product, they transport it in their pipeline system. It's a very robust, robust system that they have all up and down central United States, and so and they even transport to Mexico as well, and Canada. And so it's a great company. I've done a lot of research in this company, and it's a 100-plus-year-old company, and so I just know a lot about them. So do your research. I plan to keep this company 5, 10 years, maybe even longer. This is a good, solid company that I would probably keep for a long period of time. They're in the S&P 500, and so they're a solid company. They have decent dividends, great management, et cetera, et cetera. Don't want to bore you too much. Tellurian is another one of those natural gas liquid companies, but they do a lot of exporting. They actually export overseas to other countries. Africa is one of their main clients, and they have other clients as well. Sorry if you hear my girls in the background. They're not too happy right now for whatever reason. But anyways, Tellurian is a good company. They transport natural gas and gas liquid products, or gas liquid products, because gas liquid you can transport so much easier in liquid form to foreign countries, so they can then turn that into gas and then help them produce energy. Natural gas and gas liquid is the main producer of energy in most countries that produce electricity that we need for our devices. You can't plug, you can't charge your iPhone or a lot of devices without putting them in a plug, and that plug is created by electricity, which is created by these plants, which are powered by, guess what, natural gas and gas liquid. And it's a lot safer than coal. I'm not against coal per se. I know a lot of people, environmentalists, don't like coal, or they're trying to find different renewable sources of energy. I'm all for it, but right now, I mean, this is what's helping people get out of poverty, for example, in Africa and other companies in India, is electricity. Electricity, it powers and it moves a lot of components of the economy. So it's important, I believe. So anyways, that's my portfolio. I don't want to bore you too much. I hope you got something out of it. I plan to do a total of my portfolios and do one where I kind of cover all of them and what my strategy is for you guys. But that's all I have for today. Hopefully you enjoy. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, liking this video. It really helps me out. Apparently it helps the algorithm. It helps, I guess, my video go out. I have no idea. I'm very new to this whole YouTube thing. I'm trying to figure it out as I go, and I welcome you into my journey. I plan to do more videos like this to help educate. I've been doing this for about 15 years. I'm in the finance and banking industry for about 15 years as well. So my expertise or what have you, I plan to share. And anything from personal finance to investments to career advice, I want to do that. So please, if you have any questions on anything that I spoke to today, or have just any general question, please don't hesitate to put a comment in. I also like to know who's liking my videos and who's subscribing. I'm not sure how I found that out, but if you do a comment, I'll definitely know that you subscribe. So, my future goal with this channel is, as Mr. Money, is to grow it, and then whatever I'm making it, gift back. I do very well for myself, so I plan to do a lot of giving in this channel as well. Mr. Beast is a motivator for me. I don't know how I came across his videos, but I love his content, and I love the way he gives back to people. And that's kind of like the same idea, I guess, is whether it sounds corny or not, that is the goal. So yeah, think about subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye.